What up, fam? It's your boy Aaron once again coming to you with another video from First and Faithful. Fam, football is back. I am fucking pumped. You're fucking pumped. And in this video, we're going to preview the Niners matchup against the Cardinals. Before we get into that, please do me a huge favor. Smash that subscribe button. Click that bell icon. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. It's been wonderful. Also, don't forget to stick around to the end of the video. I am doing a gift card giveaway contest, so please watch the video all the way to the end so you can figure out how to enter. It's something I'll be doing every week, so stick around. But now let's get to the preview. A couple of quick injury update notes. Deebo Samuel, Jason Verrett have been officially ruled out for this game. No surprise considering Samuel hasn't participated in any practices yet. I'm still of the mind that they will hold him out until week 4. The Sunday night football matchup against the Eagles. To me, there is no need to have him out there against either the Jets or the Giants. No offense to them, but neither one of those past defenses really scare you. And if you can take the extra couple of weeks and make sure Deebo is fully healthy for that showdown against the Eagles, I think you do that. I think they have enough weapons regardless, honestly. But also helping that is the news that Brandon Ayuk did practice. It was limited, but he did practice Thursday and Friday and is listed as questionable for this week's game. But I have a feeling he will get in there. Also good news, Ben Garland, center, practice on Thursday and Friday. Also limited with that ankle, but I have a feeling he will be a go on Sunday, which is huge. Obviously, the team won't have to shuffle their line. You won't have to move Brunskill and Compton. Like, you can keep everybody where they should be. So that will be just awesome. Speaking of Sunday, the air quality continues to be an issue due to the fires that have engulfed the Bay Area. As of right now, the game is still scheduled to go on as planned, but the league is monitoring the situation, and if the air quality gets, I think it's above 200 or above on the air quality index, the game will have to be postponed, moved, canceled. I doubt they would cancel without rescheduling, but I guess all options are on the table. For those wondering if they can just move the game to the Cardinal Stadium, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, there is an RV show that is taking place this entire weekend. I actually live in Arizona. Something I honestly already knew. They've been having advertisements galore for it, and they actually do the show inside the stadium. If you didn't know, the Cardinals. The stadium, the grass is actually on rollers, so they actually roll it outside the stadium so it can get sun and rain, all that, and then for games they literally wheel it into the stadium. So when they have events like the RV show, the grass is outside, and then they just kind of cover the floor, it's cement, and then they can pull in RVs and what have you. So that is obviously why the Cardinal Stadium is out. There have been talks about maybe moving the game to Monday night in Santa Clara if that, if the air quality looks like it'll be better that night. So definitely something to keep your eye on. It's anybody's game. Weather changes, as you all know, second to second. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as the Cardinals team, let's get into the teams themselves. Riding a huge wave of hype after last season's performance from Offensive Rookie of the Year Kyler Murray and the offseason trade for DeAndre Hopkins. You add in the first-round draft pick, Isaiah Simmons, the Kittle stopper, as it were, and a lot of people are projecting them as this year's, kind of surprise team. They're the trendy team, kind of like the Browns were last season. It's funny how kind of closely these teams mirror each other. Up-and-coming quarterbacks, big trade for a star receiver. Teams have performed above expectations the season before. These two teams, it's the Browns from last year, Cardinals this year. For the Cardinals, I'm sure their fans hope it doesn't go the way it went with the Browns. Time will tell if they do go the route that the Browns went last season. Still haven't addressed the O-line. They did draft Jones out this season, but who knows what he'll be. Didn't really address the second cornerback position. Obviously, pass defense was a huge issue last season. So we'll see what ends up happening with them. For the Niners, we all know the story. 10 minutes away from their 6th Super Bowl. The players have called this season the revenge tour. I think they're really locked in. I think having gotten that taste of being that close to a championship, I think they know what it means to get there. They know what it takes to get there. And I think that's the huge thing. You see these teams, sometimes they're up and comers and make the playoffs, and then they're like, okay, we're going to make the Super Bowl. The Niners made the Super Bowl. They know what it takes to get there. And they went through a tough, they beat a lot of playoff teams in the regular season, and then turned around and had a great playoff run. So they know what it takes to get there. Made some moves in the draft. I still say Trent Williams, when it's all said and done, I think the entire league will look back on that trade for Trent Williams as the biggest offseason move of the entire league. Book it, write it down, tweet it, retweet it, share it on Facebook. That's my belief. But that brings us to the keys to victory for the Niners, speaking of Trent Williams and the O-line. And for me, it is all about the trenches. On defense, the D-line for the Niners, with the depth, the skill, they have the means to shut down Kenyon Drake, who, was a big factor in that first matchup against the Niners. Wasn't as big, didn't have as big an impact in the second matchup, but definitely in the first one last season on Halloween against the Niners was huge, was gashing the Niners. I think this season, you have Kinlaw, DJ Jones, Solly Thomas is looking great on the inside. The key for the Niners is shutting down Kenyon Drake, getting the Cardinals to those third and longs, and letting Bosa, Ford, Armstead, all those pass rushers, pin the ears back and feast. Like I said, I love the depth that the Niners have. You saw during the Chiefs and Texans game, you saw how, especially in that second half, the Texans looked gassed, just absolutely gassed. And the Chiefs just ran all over them in the second half. They didn't really have to do much because the Texans were just insanely, they were just gassed. Couldn't really tackle, couldn't really. I don't think you'll see that with the Niners because of the D-line, the ability to rotate, Katavius Street, like I said, DJ Jones, Solly, Kerry Hyder. You have a lot of moving pieces that you can rotate, keep everybody fresh. And I think that's going to be a huge advantage for the Niners. And on the offense, same thing. It's about the trenches, right? Assuming Garland plays at center, you have this really good O-line. I think Shanahan takes a page out of the Chiefs' playbook offensively and just grinds the clock. Just wears down the Cardinals' defensive front. Not known for their depth. Just wears them down. I think you see a lot of quick, short passes from Jimmy G. Maybe some screens to McKinnon. Those kind of things. And a lot of carries. Mostert, Coleman. Just a lot of carries. Just grind it down. And then once, you got to remember, no one on the Cardinals has played in an actual, live game since January. I think Hopkins is the only player that played in the playoffs last season that's on the Cardinals this season. So they haven't played in 7+ months. They're going to, they're going to gas out. And I think once that defense starts to wear down, starts to get a little sloppy, bam. Then you'll see the play action, the deep shots, the kill shots for the backbreakers, and just kind of, just takes the air out of the stadium, if you will, and, just ends that real quick for the team. Also, a couple X factors I have on both sides of the ball for the Niners. Offensively, for me, Jordan Reed, Jet McKinnon, and Dante Pettis. And for me, with Reed, Kittle's going to get all the attention, obviously deservedly so. But I do expect Reed, who had a great camp, to have some really nice opportunities, especially on play action. Like I said, that second half of the game, the D-line starts to get a little tired. The linebacker, everybody's a little sloppy, a little slow, step slow. That's where I think you'll see Reed really, with the focus on Kittle, Reed will have those opportunities. I expect we'll also see a fair amount of routes from McKinnon out of the backfield, some screens, those kind of things. Do not be surprised when Jet breaks a huge gain off a screen. It's going to happen. I guarantee it. And with Deebo out, Pettis, this is his golden opportunity to show that last season's failings are, last season. And, he has an opportunity to show that's, he's moved past that. And honestly, depending on how he plays, may determine how quickly they try to get Deebo back. If he balls out this Sunday, like I said, I expect Debo to stay in Santa Clara for weeks 2 and 3 and rest up. But if Pettis falls by the wayside, there may be that rush to get Debo back a little bit sooner. And then on defensively, for me, it's whoever is playing corner on Hopkins' side of the ball, and also whoever has the first chance to bring down Kyler Murray on any given play. Sherman historically has played on the left side of the field almost exclusively, but maybe you'll see him kind of go to whatever side Hopkins is, or they may just roll with Mosley, see if he's up to the task and make adjustments if that's proving ineffective. And for the first guy to get to Murray, what I mean by that is with someone like Murray, a mobile quarterback, someone who can run, where he really hurts you, where he really makes you pay, is that first guy misses. The first guy has a shot at him, doesn't contain the edge, or takes a bad angle. Murray gets around him, bam, and there's nothing but green grass for 20, 25 yards in front of him, and he just makes you pay. So that's why whoever has that first crack at Murray, whoever can get to him first, if you can bring him down, or at least slow him down where you have help coming after you, that is huge. If you can do that, it is going to be a very long day for the Cardinals offense. I just don't see it. If you're making life miserable for Murray, it doesn't matter who, Fitz and Hopkins. They can put Julio Jones. It doesn't really matter if he's constantly running for his life or on his backside. So, and then the other X factor that I don't think as many people are talking about is the air quality. Even if it's good enough to play, like I said, 200 is that level to which they'll cancel or move the game, whatever. So anything below it could be 170, right? That's not good air quality. I live in Arizona. The air quality today index was, I believe it was 87, right? That's good. Especially the Cardinals, I know they practice indoors. So wherever they're getting indoors, I'm sure is even better than that. So to go from air quality that's good to pretty damn good, and then go to somewhere where the air quality is basically, you shouldn't be outside, period, let alone playing a high intensity sport. You have to figure that has an effect, right? The Niners have been practicing in that all week, last 2 weeks, but especially this week, have been out there every day. They're getting acclimated to it, as crappy as that is, but it is, an acclimation, right? We talk about Denver and the altitude and the air being thinner and the acclimation. This, I think, is an X factor people aren't speaking about, just that air quality and having the Niners practicing it all week, and then having the Cardinals go from really good air quality to bam. And what that effect, again, no one's played in over 7+ months in live action. So to have that be your first game, and you're going to be kind of gassed anyways, but to have the air quality be honestly that bad, that is definitely, I think, an X factor to watch when you're watching the game, especially the Cardinals. See how are they acclimating to that? Is it an issue? Are they a little bit slower? I'm sure some of the Niners will also be paying attention to as well. So just a little extra X factor in there. Now, time for the prediction. I know the spread is 7 points in favor of our team. And honestly, I think they cover and then some. I'm going 27-10. I know some people think that's crazy. I honestly think people are putting way too much into the close games from last season. I think especially that first one. You got to remember, over those 2 games, Kittle didn't play the second game. He barely played the first game. In the first game, he had that great touchdown against Baker. And I think he only played, that was in the first quarter. He played barely into the second quarter. And that was it, basically. He didn't, so if you look at the 8 quarters they played the Cardinals, Kittle played for 1.5 of those quarters. And you see, we all see what difference he makes when he's on the field. He'll be there. The defense should be completely, this is, probably the healthiest this defense has been since maybe week 1 of last season. So to have a full complement of everybody, I just don't see how the Niners take a step back defensively. And I also think people are putting too much faith into the possibility of an improved Cardinals team, right? We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it in the preseason. We have nothing. Are they better defensively? This is one of the worst defenses in the league last season. Are they any better? Did they magically get better? I don't know, and no one knows. I think people are just putting a lot of faith into this magical turnaround, and I just don't see it. And like I said, I see the Niners doing to the Cardinals what the Chiefs did to the Texans, wearing them down on defense and then making them uncomfortable on offense. So that's my prediction, 27-10. Now for the pick'em contest, if you will, in the comment section, I want you to put down what you think the score will be with the code word faithful. Okay, that just code word, so I know that you watched this video. So something like 49ers 27, Cards 10, faithful. Any kind of order, faithful, 49ers 27, Cards 10. It doesn't really matter as long as it's faithful, and then the score for each team. You have to hit it exactly right, okay? You have to have the exact correct score. So if it's Niners 25, Cardinals 10, sorry, it's not close. It has to be exact. If there are multiple correct answers, I'll just draw a name out of a hat or do randomizer or something like that. Somebody will win. As far as the prize goes, it is a digital gift card of your choice, as long as I can pay for it online and send it to you through an email. I don't really care where it's to. Honestly, it could be Amazon, it could be wherever. Amazon, Pornhub, Apple, I don't care. As long as I can do it through an email and send it to you through an email, I do not care where it goes. It'll be for $25. This is something that we will do every week. If no one wins this week, I might roll over that prize, so I might do 2 winners next week. We'll kind of see how that goes. But that does it for this episode. Like I said, I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally have 49ers football back. Like I said, do not forget to leave your score predictions in the comments. It is free. You guess, you win, you get a gift card. It's pretty nice. But as always, thank you for watching. This has been First and Faithful. I'm Aaron. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching First and Faithful. Here's another video I think you'll enjoy. Also, don't forget to subscribe. New videos every week. Appreciate all the support.